Hey everybody, I'm James Michael.
I'm DJ Ashba.
I'm Nikki Sixx.
We're 6 a.m. and we are doing an exclusive Ask Anything for Canada.
Yay.
And today our record is out, Prayers for the Damned. So let's get into some questions here. What do you say, guys?
Let's do this.
Michelle from Maple Ridge, BC. My favorite song is Oh My God. The drums in that song are amazing. Who is playing the drums on that song? I'm so glad you asked this because it's one of the few songs I'm actually playing the drums on that song. As you know, back when we made the Heroin Diary soundtrack, we all programmed the drums and we didn't have a live drummer. And same thing with This Is Gonna Hurt, but it was important to us on a few of those songs that we actually had some live drums. So I actually would go in there and do my best to play the drums and then chop it together. I'm a crappy drummer, but
No, you
we
did
made
all
it
right. You
sound
did all
okay.
right. I gotta say, that's one of my favorite songs, and one of my dreams is that we play that song live someday.
Me too.
I do
It's,
too.
it's
Yeah.
such a cool track.
It's
the way it
actually
just
one of my
builds.
favorites.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. And so it's nice when we hear fans acknowledge that.
Yeah,
So
thank you. Thank you. Great question. Stephanie from Bowmanville. Besides graciously requesting fan input, what is your process for selecting set lists, for a tour? That's a great question. Honestly, our main thing is asking fans. That's been exciting for us to go out on social media and just say, hey, what do you guys want to hear? We did that before our headline tour last year on the Modern Vintage Tour. It was amazing.
Relief would not be in the set if it wasn't for fans.
That's
Now
right.
it's
That's
one
true.
of our favorite songs.
That's right. Another one, Live Forever, probably
Yeah.
wouldn't have been in the set. So that's exciting to just be able to ask that and then get all this feedback about what songs resonate with people.
It's going to be fun because Prayers for the Damned's out. You're going to get to know Prayers for the Damned. As we keep touring, we're going to be able to start getting some input on that. When the next album comes out, we'll be able to pick some different songs off of Prayers
A
for
lot
the
of
Damned.
thought goes into the order too. Like a lot. It's like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's an incredibly important part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great question. Robin from St. Catharines. When you tour, who has the most pimped out bus?
Our crew.
Our road crew does, actually, not us.
Because our pictures are all
our
over
pictures
it.
on
It's
our road
amazing.
crew's bus.
We
Poor
make
guys.
we make them park like 300 miles away
Right.
from us.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the biggest decision we get is who gets what bunk.
Yeah.
That's basically
Yeah.
it. That's
We all travel on the same bus.
We're
and,
always
all
across
hang
from
out.
each other, so we can.
Yeah, always across from each
Screw
other,
with
which
you.
is always good
Yeah.
for me. But I have a squirt gun. Well, that's not a squirt gun.
I almost he had his foot sticking out of the bus one night.
Oh,
And we almost
man.
tased his toe, which
That's-
was pretty amazing.
We have a lot of fun on the road.
all right. Let's see. Let's do another one here. Jana from Winnipeg. Can each of you tell us what some of your favorite Canadian bands are? Ooh. Man, there's so much good music that comes out of Canada.
Yeah.
Nickelback.
Nickelback came out of Canada. Is that your favorite? You gonna go
No,
with that
it's
one?
not.
Is that your final answer?
Well, no, it's
You
not.
get one more chance.
No, I'm just saying they are
Just
a
say
band
Rush.
from Canada.
See, you.
Hey man, I'll go with Rush. I love Rush.
Everybody has
Yeah,
to say
Rush.
Rush. They're the biggest band. Buckman Turner Overdrive.
All right, sure. Is
guess
that-
guess who?
Yeah.
Come on.
Alanis Morissette.
I could-
Come on, man. I'm going with
My
Alanis.
most like some of the most talented actors came from Canada.
That's true.
Jim Carrey's, John Candy,
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, tons of great ones.
We keep going down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Morgan from Saskatoon. The artwork on Prayers for the Damned is amazing. Was that always the original concept for the cover? Is Volume 2 already laid out?
That's a great question.
I'll
an
start that
amazing
question,
question.
because it's DJ designed the artwork for both album covers, and the answer is we had started kind of talking about stuff, and we had started having a couple of other artists, throw around some ideas, and at some point we just, DJ's always been this incredible artist, and we said, hey, DJ, you've got all these great ideas. Rather than trying to explain it to an artist, can you just lay something out? And I'm telling you, within 10 minutes, you came back with what ended up being basically the cover, right?
Yeah, on accident. Yeah, I just laid out something I saw in my head. Obviously, we had a in-depth talks about kind of direction, and we wanted to capture what we had just written for these two albums visually. So, for me, it was easier to just go into Photoshop and throw out an idea to you guys to kind of direct the people we wanted to have do it. And
But this is the best part. We use this app to talk to each other, right? So it's like a walkie-talkie. So DJ would send me and James, a snapshot of
Right.
where he was at. And I would say into this thing, I'd say, I really like that thing, but like, what if there was a crack right there, and then all of a sudden my email would go ding, and it would be done. And if I actually could put together the chain of like 45 emails that all happened within like 8 minutes, it's how fast you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all had a lot of input on it, so once I knew they liked it, I had no idea it was going to be the album cover.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to pass it on to the artist to give them direction, but
But as soon as you sent that first one, I called Nikki. I was like, why haven't we had DJ designing these things all along? I mean, it just makes sense because the artwork is such an important part. The visual element is such an important part of the music that we create. So anyway, it's
and Paul in the past has been so amazing. He's
really
done a
has.
lot of great stuff for us, and I'm sure future stuff will be too.
We had Dustin Jack did the photography, DJ created the covers, and Paul Brown did the layout. We've worked with Paul in the past, so it was we just feel like we just really had the best of everything.
We had a
Absolutely.
great team. Yeah.
And for us, we did the photo shoots for both albums, the same day. So we had two complete different setups.
Yeah.
Everything was completely different. And that was a lot of fun. So it was a lot of stuff to juggle, obviously, in the two covers. So,
And when you put them together, make sure you do.
That's the other thing. Yeah, they stand alone, but the way DJ created them is when you put them together, they actually create one entire picture. It's really cool.
So
You're going to love that.
Volume 2 is laid out.
Great question, Morgan. Thank you for the question. I like this one. Rich from Ottawa. This question is for Nikki.
Sorry, I was
And
yawning.
I will actually answer this before we even ask it. The answer is yes. Was there ever a time over the last 2 years that you might have forgotten which band you were playing?
It was very hard because of the way we tune and the way Motley Crue tunes. When I was in the middle of the Motley tour and we jumped and did the Modern Vintage tour, it was like my brain was like scrambled. It was like really hard for me to because a C position or a G position is different in one tuning than in another tuning.
Right.
So I actually had to have pretty detailed notes, and now it's like my brain's all in it, and it's so much.
It's a whole different thing now, isn't it?
So much more relaxed.
That's cool.
I mean, it's crazy the way we're doing it. To think about, you're actually in a completely different tuning than I play in now.
He's in A440 with a drop D. I'm in the equivalent of A440, but in D. I don't know if there's such a thing as D440, but that's what it would. So we just call it
pretty
Motley
crazy.
tuning.
So we can't look at each other. And,
No.
Yeah.
If I got lost,
our
I
bass
look
player
at.
just asked if there was such a thing as D440.
I can't think of another term. Okay, let's call it Motley tuning.
I love it.
Or if it's a half step higher, it would be Black Sabbath tuning. You get the point.
I think it's time for the next question.
Next question.
Here we go.
Connie from, I don't know how to say this, Gulf?
Gulf.
Is Dustin going out on the Canadian tour? Absolutely.
Well, I don't know now that I think about it because he's Canadian.
We don't know if he's allowed back in that.
He may not get
That's
back
right.
in.
We love Dustin. He's been a great addition to 6 a.m. We actually had him in the studio to record this last record, and really, elevated what we do.
Fantastic drummer for me as a
great
bass
drummer.
player. It's a really nice marriage. Musically, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all we've got time for. Thank you so much. Prayers for the Damned. It's out today. We hope you enjoy it. We loved making it, and we can't wait for you to hear it. And we can't wait to see you out on the road this summer.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
All right.